Ayun, nasa gitna na. May charger na doon.
Australization. Ayan na siya!
Hindi yan. Wala na. Basta second day lagi maganda eh. Parang nakaraan second day din.
Australasian.
Saan yung post? Okay? Ito na lang output na lang. I'm gonna go.
Good morning. Welcome to our 215th and 14th FCI All Breed Championship Yacht Show. Before we proceed, we would like to request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. Music.
Let's welcome our judges. Our judge in ring number 1 is an accomplished author. She has written for TFH publication, The Australian Cattle Dog, which has sold to date worldwide some 50,000 copies. In 1996, she wrote and published The Australasian Doberman, a 416-page history of the Doberman in Australia and New Zealand, and the New Owner's Guide to the Australian Cattle Dog book, which was released in July 1999. Let's welcome our judge from Australia, Ms. Narelle Hammond. Our judge in ring number 2 is an eminent member of the canine world for many years. He is a life member of the PCCI, past vice president of the Philippine Canine Club Incorporated, and one of the founders of the Boxer Club of the Philippines. Please welcome Mr. Chito Ilagan. And our show chairman, Mr. Fred Salud. Thank you, and let the show begin. Good morning to all the viewers. Welcome to our second day for this FCI show.
Good morning sa lahat ng nanonood. Welcome to our 213th and 214th FCI All Breed Championship Dog Show, which is we are live here ngayon dito sa PCCI Activity Center, which is located dito sa Marikina. We have a 2-day event, Saturday and then the Sunday event, which is later. We will proceed with the best in show competition. So ngayon, on your screen, that's our invited judge, Miss Narelle Hammond from Australia. And then later in the afternoon, we will be live streaming yung judging ng ating pangalawang judge, which is si Mr. Alfonso Chito Ilagan. So I hope you all I hope you will enjoy the live stream. And then also I would like to inform you that later around 10:30 to 11:30 our show chairman ngayon, as well as our editor-in-chief sa publications committee, will be with you for the entire stream. It's an hour with him. And then maybe we can have some invites, some exhibitors with regards for them to give you some tips and showing tips or maybe grooming tips, something like that. Kasi kahapon we have Sir John Trinidad, I think. Ayun, so I am inviting everyone to watch our live stream around that time if you would like to hear yung mga advices as well as yung ating mga interviews ng ibang exhibitors. So, ayun, I hope subscribe nyo yung aking channel as well as to share this one. Hit the notification bell. I think nasa baba lang yan ng thumbnail. And thank you so much. I hope you all mag-enjoy kayo ng live stream. See you again later.
good morning, all our dog friends who are now watching the live coverage of the PCCI 213th and 214th FCI Old Breeds Dog Show here, being conducted now at the Marikina City, where the PCCI showgrounds is located. Maraming salamat po for joining us this morning. Of course, this is the we will have the annotation and the commentaries for the next hour from now till 11:30, and then again mamayang hapon magkakaroon po ulit tayo ng annotation or commentaries from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and then for the live coverage of the Best in Show competition. So sa ngayon po, nandito po tayo sa, ang nakikita po ninyo ay ang ating Ring 1. Ito po ay ginajudge ng ating guest judge from Australia, Miss Narelle Hammond. Now, I'd like to, she's now doing Pomeranians, one of the more popular breeds that we have, you know, and a bit pricey too. Now, let me just give you a few insights about Miss Narelle Hammond, no, para maintindihan niyo po kung gaano kahusay itong judge natin ngayon na nag-adjudicate dito sa ring number 1. Now, Miss Hammond is well known all over the world for her knowledge of the Australian cattle dog. She is considered at this point in time she's well known worldwide as the foremost authority when it comes to the Australian cattle dogs. Her breeding not only has garnered championship titles from many parts of the world, but not only that, she has done her homework in studying, breeding, exhibiting, and writing about Australian cattle dogs. In fact, one of her first book on the Australian cattle dog sold more than 50,000 copies all over the world. And she's now working on her third book already, also on the Australian cattle dog. She has also published, together with her husband, who is also an old breed judge, a book on Dobermans. So that's her husband's favorite breed. So for most of you who are following the show scene, you must be aware that Miss Hammond is a replacement judge. Buti nga nakuha natin siya on such short notice, because the original judge who's supposed to adjudicate is Dr. Jojo Hosaka, who was once a president of the PCCI. Unfortunately, he got infected with COVID and therefore cannot go out of quarantine. But as fate would have it, we're very fortunate that Narelle is available. So now she's doing the champion male Pomeranians, tama ba, Carolina?
Yes, sir. Champion female.
Champion female. So these are the female Pomeranians. They're very cute, very lovable, but they can also be very noisy at times. But because of their size, they're very handy. They can be kept in our houses or condominium units. They're also very loving and very loyal to their masters. Okay, that's the winner. Okay. From here on, we will now be proceeding to, because this is Champion Beaches, she's now choosing reserve or runner-up to the best beach. Okay, there you have it. You can see that all these dogs are in full condition, they're in full coat. Not surprising considering that they are in the champion class. Again, the champion class is made up of all title holders already. Either they are Philippine champions or Philippine Grand Champions or Hall of Fame title holders. So if you're just starting out in your show career, you cannot join this very prestigious class. You have to earn your title first. The Pomeranian is also available in different colors, from the pure white to the pure black. Okay, so there's a whole range. But in the past, they used to be just one single color. Okay, but lately it was approved that they can be shown also in particolor. And if I remember correctly, now they can also be shown, or there are puppies coming out that are Merle. But whatever the color of the pom, they're very very attractive dogs. Again, one just has to be a little bit cautious. If you get a pom, you better have a cool place where you can keep them because of the coat. They have a double coat, so they're really meant to be kept in cool places. There are two main types, the correct and the valued fox-like look. This is the traditional fox-like look, meaning they look like foxes or miniature foxes. Narelle can't. She just has to hug the puppy because it's so lovable. You know, among us dog people, we would always say that puppies such as pom puppies are deadly, meaning very difficult to refuse them. When they become available and you're looking for a puppy and you see a pom puppy, oh my goodness. You know, surely you cannot turn your eyes away from them because they're absolutely cute. Okay, now our judges move on to judging Samoyeds. Even as adults, they are so beautiful, these breeds. They seem like they're almost smiling. They're always happy. And you have this ball of fur, pure white fur, a pure white ball of fur. And then this black eyes and nose. They used to be a rarity a few years ago in the show scene, but now a number of people have gotten interested in keeping and showing Samoyeds. So you can see more and more of them during our shows. Obviously, this is from the area of the world where it's very cold. Okay, so you can see that thick fur that will help protect these types of dogs from the extreme cold that they will encounter on a day-to-day basis in their native land. So just like the Pom, they're like big Pomeranians, as well as, of course, Chow Chows. We just have to be more conscious that if you want to keep these types of dogs, you have to have air-conditioned areas or air-conditioned houses, because they will definitely suffer when summer months roll in. Look at that coat. And if you would like to show them, you'll never be able to see them in full coat unless you can keep them in a cooler place. Samoyeds are, according to those people who have kept different kinds of breeds and are now keeping them, they say that Samoyeds are very loving. In fact, they tend to be a little bit clingy as compared to, for instance, Siberian Huskies. Okay? So they always want to have company. Carwina, can they ask questions?
Yes po.
Okay.
Sa comment section.
And then you'll be able to see. Okay, for those of you who have some questions about some of these dogs, you can actually message us through the Facebook, right?
Yes, sa comment section na lang.
Yes. Put your questions at the comment section, and if we're able to catch your questions or before we end the commentary time, I should be able to address them. If I could, I'll do my best to address them. So now we're doing beaches.
Sir, question. Nasaan yung ring to? Nasaan daw yung ring to? We're on the live stream.
Okay. There's a question here. Oo nga, tama yan. That's a live, we're doing live, but only for ring 1. Unfortunately, isa lang po yung aming camera. So, pasensya na po kayo. We can only do 1 ring at a time. So, nakafix po yung aming camera for ring number 1. So, kaya po yun lang ang nakikita nyo. Yesterday, we did ring 2.
In the afternoon, our schedule.
Okay. For today, yung schedule namin, mamaya pong hapon, we will be showing ring number 2 naman. Now, but for this morning, the cameras focus only on ring number 1. So we'll be showing you all the breeds that will be judged in ring number 1. So if you have any questions, again, you're most welcome to put them at the comment section. We'll try to address them as best as we could. Again, we would like to encourage you to visit our blog. We are doing blogs on different topics. So for now, automatically, every time there's a dog show of the PCCI, there will be a blog, an episode that will be devoted for that particular dog show. That should give our members, as well as those people who are interested in purebred dogs, the opportunity to see what dogs won during a particular show. So you will see the highlights of that show, as well as the best in show winners. We'd like to greet my good friend and the authority in American Cocker Spaniels, none other than Mr. Patrick Go, the ever loyal American Cocker Spaniel fancier, who is one of the top breeders in the Philippines, who has finished the most number of champions. I think he was number 3 number 3 in terms of ranking nationally, for having finished the most number of champions. For so many years, I remember when Patrick was still showing. Well, when I started showing, Patrick was already a name in Cocker Spaniels, and for the longest time, our dogs would eventually meet at the Best in Show competition level. So, kinakatakutan yung mga aso ni Patrick because they're all so beautiful, so well groomed, and always a contender for the Best in Show awards. One of these days we'll get to feature him. I hope if he gets to come to one of the shows and I'm doing the commentating, I will invite Patrick, so you'll get to pick his brain, get an insight into how a top winning dog breeder was able to get to that stage. You know, he was able to attain the peak of the career of a dog breeder, a purebred dog breeder. So keep those questions coming. We're not always commentating live, so this is your opportunity. If there are certain questions that you may have, if we can address them, if we can give you some answers, we will do our best to do so.
Will Ring 1 also be shown later this afternoon?
Yes, there's a comment. Will Ring 1 be shown? Yes, we will be focusing on Ring 1. This
Ring 2 for this afternoon, and then Ring 2 Sir Tito.
so this is Ring 1.
Yes,
Sorry. Okay, let me correct that. We're focusing now on Ring number 1. The whole morning we will have Ring number 1. Ring number 1 is being judged by Miss Narelle Hammond. In the afternoon, we will move the camera to Ring number 2. Ring number 2 is being judged by the corporate treasurer of the PCCI and also an Albury judge, Mr. Chito Ilagan. So you will not see the dogs being judged by Miss Narelle Hammond. You will only see them being judged by Mr. Chito Ilagan. But for the Best in Show competition, you will see both shows. In other words, because one of them will do Best in Show first, so you'll be able to see all the things that will happen for that particular judge. And then afterwards, after the first judge is through, then we'll move on to the second judge, and you'll see all the competition that will be done for the second judge. Okay, so please stay tuned, and so you can enjoy. But that will be for the afternoon. Once we're done, then you'll be able to watch the Best in Show competition. Let's have a shout out also for Carl Justine, okay, who's one of our loyal viewers. Magandang tanghali sa iyo, Carl Justine. Okay, we're now doing puppies for the Samoyeds. The puppies that you see right now are already in that they're a bit going through their awkward phase. All dogs, or most dogs, will have this awkward stage. From the cuteness of being a puppy to that phase where they're neither adults nor puppies. So normally they would lose their coat. Okay, they would lose their coordination, so they would move in a bit of uncoordinated manner. So a lot of the show people who are well versed as far as this stage is concerned, what would happen is that they would keep their puppies for for the months that the puppy is going through the awkward period, so that you always see their dogs at their best. Shout out to Sid Haleko. Thank you for watching. We hope that one of these days you'll be able to personally visit one of the dog shows and watch them live. It's a completely different feeling watching a dog show, especially if you're already going to exhibit one of your dogs. I guess it's the high that a lot of the exhibitors would eventually be addicted to. That's why even if some of them would not be winning, they always keep coming back. What competition is this now? Philippine born? She's done with she's done with she's done with baby puppy. Alright. Hi Ayo. Will you have time to sit down with me
Yes, sir.
as we do the live?
Goodness. Hindi ako nakapagpa-barbero today.
Okay.
Biro lang.
I was just talking to one of my longtime friends who is also a very serious dog person, Sir Yayo. What's the surname of Yayo? Cuevas, yes. Yayo Aguila, that's pala, artista pala yun. Yeah, Yayo Cuevas. For those of you who have been in the dog show world, for the longest time, I'm sure you would recognize Yayo Cuevas. I was trying to convince him to sit down with me so we can get some insights from him, but he said he hasn't prepared for it. Okay, now our guest judge is doing Shiba Inus. Shiba Inu, of course, is one of the native breeds from Japan. It's like a bigger version of the Pomeranian with less coat. But you will see the head. They will have the typical Japanese look. All breeds from Japan will have the typical look. You cannot mistake it, and in a sense, that look becomes a hallmark of all the Japanese breeds. You know, slanted eyes, okay, foxy looking, forward looking ears, very erect ears. This particular breed, the Shiba Inu, is also well known for their cleanliness. They're actually likened to cats because they like grooming themselves all the time. They're also very agile, such that they'll be able to climb, high shelves and where they would like to stay. Okay? They're also very, very protective, as was shared to me by one of the first few persons who brought in Shiba Inus. They come in a few colors like this one. They are also available in black shade. So that's another Akita. They're the size of a typical Japanese Spitz. About 15 inches if I remember my standard correctly. Look at those, look at that head of the Akita. You can actually see that slanted eyes. Very, very Japanese. I can imagine the Japanese choosing dogs that somehow would look like them or would have the same expression. Kung yung Pinoy kaya ang magde-develop ng Pinoy breed, ano kaya magiging itsura? I wonder. Siguro mas madilat naman yung mata. Now, you can see that some dogs are brought to the table for inspection. Obviously, this is done especially for the smaller dogs because it will be very difficult not only for the judge to inspect a small dog on the ground, but at the same time, it's also reassuring for the dogs because if a human will who will be inspecting the dog would do so above the dog, the tendency for the dog is to become a bit defensive. Okay, so natatakot yung aso kung medyo parang sasakluban siya nung tao na nag-i-inspect. So it's more reassuring for the dog if the inspection will be done on the table. So this is the winner's dog competition. The first one was a bit untrained, unsocialized. So when the handler was trying to pose it, it was, you know, not behaving properly. Okay, now we do okay, this is another class. This is champions class, I would suppose.
Yes, sir.
Champions class. So both of these would be at least Philippine champions. Some or all of them may even have higher, would have attained higher titles, but we don't really know unless we take a look at the catalog. So the champion class. So you see in a dog show, all champion classes, all champions would compete separately from the non-champions. In some other countries, that is not the case. Like for instance, if you're judging, like when I judge in Australia the system is that all dogs will be competing with their respective age class. So regardless of whether a dog is a champion or still not a champion, for as long as it will belong to a particular age class, let's say 2 years and above, then all the dogs that are 2 years and above will be in that class. So it's quite difficult, more difficult to get championship titles under such a system. Okay, so there's a question, what time is Best in Show? The schedule for the Best in Show competition should start a little over 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Why 4 p.m. for the first one?
Miss Narelle mauna, sir, then.
I see. Okay. So, for ring number 1, we will start the Best in Show competition at 4 p.m. tentatively. Let's just hope that they'll be able to keep their timing on the dot so that we can start. So, we normally would allot an hour for Best in Show, and then for the next show, it will be starting at 5 p.m. Okay, so for our viewer who asked about Best in Show schedule, it will start at 4 p.m. So if you watch the Best in Show for the first ring, you just keep on watching, and it will just roll on accordingly. So hopefully everybody will be able to watch starting at 4 p.m.
schedule sa Facebook page.
Huh?
They can search the schedule sa Facebook page natin.
Okay. The show schedule is actually also printed in our Facebook page. Now, but that of course is the schedule. Depending on how things will turn out in the actual judging, sometimes there may be a little bit of adjustment a few minutes earlier. Not earlier, but a few minutes later, because we will not start the Best in Show competition unless we're able to hit the time as scheduled. Okay, that's a commitment that the club will have. Best in Show will not start, or judging will not start earlier. It can start later, but not earlier. So our judge from Australia is now doing females or beaches for the Shiba Inu. So for people who would like to show, you will have to learn how to train your dog to stand, especially on a table for inspection. Because for one thing, the table may not be a good place for your dog to stay. It has to be a supervised activity now, and in some cases, dogs would have natural traumatic experience on top of the table. As you know, a lot of the grooming activities are done on top of the table. Also, medical examination is done on the table, on top of a table. So, if your dogs happen to have unsatisfactory experiences on top of the table, then they will naturally be averse to staying on top of the table. So, you'll probably have to get your dog overcome such an aversion, because they have to be comfortable first, and then later on you can train them to be handled, to be more comfortable when being handled by strangers. Wow! Now we go to the most popular breed in the country at the moment, and this would be the Siberian Huskies. We're now doing male. You can now see a very well conditioned competitor in the ring right now. This particular Siberian Husky is in beautiful condition. The coat is full. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot touch the musculature, so we cannot say that this has been exercised properly. But the coat is in beautiful condition. As I have mentioned, the Siberian Husky as a breed is number one by puppy registration, meaning they submit for registration the most number of puppies of this particular breed. There was a time that the number one breed by registration was the Shih Tzu. Okay, but there was a time that it was German Shepherd dogs. But now it's Siberian Huskies. I think number two would be Belgian Malinois.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the number two by registration, top dog, is Belgian Malinois. So these two dogs, these two breeds, eventually will be fighting it off in terms of holding the record for the number one breed by registration. So you have some beautiful Siberian Huskies being assembled by the assembly steward. They're trying to make sure that all the entries are, properly identified, and the sequence by which they will enter will be according to the number that was assigned to them. Okay, here we go. This is the first one. Okay, this is the first two. Our judge would ask uh, the competitors to run once or twice around the ring first before they will be inspected. So that first going around will give a judge um, initial impression as to which dog moves beautifully and should be inspected more thoroughly for confirmation. The handler is now stacking the dog in the proper show stack. Okay, our judge is inspecting the bite. You see, all these things that she's looking for will be compared to the standard for the breed. It's all specified in the breed standard. So if you're interested in a particular breed, may I suggest that you study the breed standard. The breed standard, there are several. You have the AKC standard, and then you have the FCI standard. A few years ago, the PCCI has decided to follow the international FCI standard. So if you're interested in the breed, you may want to go to the FCI website, check out the breed standard for your particular breed, and study that. Okay, so you'll be able to appreciate exactly how that will be translated to a particular dog that you may be considering, or to a dog that you already own and you are thinking of entering into a dog show. Okay, it is a requirement for all dogs to be trained enough to allow itself to be handled and inspected by a judge. If there is an attempted aggression, if there is aggression on the part of the dog towards the handler or towards the judge, that dog can be excused, and that will now be reflected in the record of the dog. If after several incidences that have been recorded, the dog may be banned from the show ring already and will not be allowed to be entered in a show anymore. So it's very important that an owner, a prospective exhibitor, should have his dog properly trained and acclimatized. Otherwise, a very beautiful dog may have its show career destroyed. People may ask, so would it follow that Siberian Husky should have more coat, and the more coat it has, the more desirable it is? Not really. There is the proper length of coat for Siberian Huskies. If a Siberian Husky is carrying much too much coat, then it is not anymore desirable. The standard also specifies that as to the proper quantity of coat that a Siberian Husky would carry. You must remember that a Siberian Husky is a working dog. It's a sled dog. So if the dog is so long or so woolly and the dog becomes wet, then that dog will be burdened in carrying out extreme weight from the water, from the moisture. So it will prevent the dog from carrying its function of helping move the sled along. So too much is also not good. See, for Siberian Huskies, it's very important that they should move properly, because that's what they're bred for. They should be able to move efficiently so that they can do their work of pulling the sled. Okay, there, our judge is now inspecting the bite. She will inspect the front to see that there's sufficient depth and breadth of chest. She will inspect the top line to see that there is sufficient strength and that the top line is correct according to the standard, and then of course the tail set is properly constructed or properly set into the dog. Further instructions from the judge. Okay. So the dog is now moving around. Okay, that's a bit, the dog is pulling too strongly. The best show dogs, you will not see that. They will break their stride, and that will that's not good because the judge will not be able to appreciate how well the dog is moving. Okay. You can see the dog while it was on stack. The judge will move her hand against the coat on the side. That is to check. That is to check.
They will be having their seminar right after the national inspection.
Okay, checking on the coat, whether the Siberian Husky being examined possesses the proper coat. Now, for those of you who may be interested, let me just share with you that the Siberian Husky Club, otherwise known or formerly known as the Siberian Husky Breeders and Exhibitors Association of the Philippines, Incorporated, otherwise known as SHBEAPI, will be conducting its all breed show and its national very soon. That will be at the end of the month, in fact, July 31, 2022. It will be conducted also here at the activity center of the PCCI at Marikina City. The time is 10 a.m. and at the time is, okay, it's like this. At 10 a.m. of July 31, 2022, at the activity center of the PCCI, there will be an owner handling seminar. Okay, we just had an owner handling seminar, the first one after so many years, that was conducted by one of our co-directors, Mr. Simon Sim. Now, the Siberian Husky Club, because of the popularity of the Siberian Husky that many people would like to show, but it's now, and they're finding that it's more and more getting difficult to have handlers to train their dogs and handle them during the show. They would now like to try their hand at showing their own dogs. So the Siberian Husky Club decided to sponsor an owner handling seminar. No, this will be on July 31, end of the month at 10 a.m. So make sure to bring your own dog so that, because it's a partnership, it's teamwork when you talk about owner handling. Handling, in fact, is teamwork. It's between the dog and his handler or trainer. So if you are interested to learn more about handling, make sure to come and bring your dog. It's also a very good opportunity for you to socialize your dog and expose it to more people, other dogs that it will not be familiar with. No? So you'll be able to see how your dog will react in a strange environment with strange people, strange dogs, so that you will see whether your dog is now ready to be in a situation where it can now compete. Now the owner handling seminar, of course, will train you on the basics of show handling and specifically a Siberian Husky. So a wonderful experience, I'm sure, will await those who will avail of this particular handling seminar. Is this for free?
I'm not sure. Contact me Sydney.
how do they contact Miss Sydney? The telephone
I'll
number.
put on the comment section. I will put on the comment section.
Okay. So the person, the point person for this activity is Miss Sydney Bascon. So you can register with her. Now we will be putting on the comment section the contact numbers of Miss Sydney Bascon. So if you're interested, please watch out. Carwina will be doing that in a short while.
Hi, sir. Registration, di pa ba?
I'm sorry.
We're doing a live, so the registration is on the other side. Anyway, okay. So please get in touch. Carwina, our main announcer, will be helping me out and putting on the comment section the contact numbers of Miss Sydney Bascon. So please call her up. She'll be more than happy to assist you. At least you can get a slot ready and reserved for you and your dog during this owner handling seminar that will be conducted at the end of the month. Okay, our judge is still with Siberian Huskies. And we have a large number of entries, some beautiful dogs. I think this dog is a bit on the fat side though. Visually speaking, that is. I think he's a bit overweight. Actually, when I first judged after the pandemic, that's the problem that I encountered and observed with so many of the show dogs. They are obese. They're so fat. I guess just like their owners, you know, they were just sitting in their respective houses, the houses of their owners for the longest time, little exercise, not much training sessions to go to, and the only thing they did was eat and sleep, and so they accumulated so much fat. And a lot of these dogs are supposed to be athletes. So you have an overfed athlete. So, which do you prefer? Oh, see the this is the veterans class, and of course the one who's handling the dog is none other than our junior handler, who will soon be competing in the World Dog Show. She started out quite young. Now she's a young lady, a very beautiful one at that, and has been chosen to represent our country in the World Dog Show in the junior handling competition. And that dog is a senior or a veteran dog. I think that dog must already be almost 10 years old. But if you look at it, it would seem that, you know, it's still as young as the others. So, in fact, this dog has been winning up to now, and has been stealing ribbons and awards from the other much younger competitors. Now, it will be the best of breed competition. You will see the winner's dog, the champion dog, the winner's beach, the champion beach, and then the veterans competing for the honor of the best. What class is that? Oh, this must be the beaches. One of the younger classes for the beaches. This dog is a bit uncomfortable, as you can see. Beaches, right?
Intermediate for me.
Yeah, intermediate beaches. So you can actually see the dog glancing back to the judge. It's a bit uncomfortable. So this must be one of her first few shows. Not yet fully trained. See, you can actually see that the dog is uncomfortable. So not used to being touched or inspected. Siberian Huskies are supposed to have beautiful gait. They're supposed to be able to show that during the judging session. And judges pay particular attention to that because that's part and parcel of what a Siberian Husky should be able to do. After all, they're sled dogs. They're supposed to pull the sled. They're supposed to move for hundreds of miles even while pulling a sled. So they must learn how to be efficient movers.
Invite ko si Mama Narelle. Tawagin mo siya.
Okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to ambush some well-known personalities so that they can you'll get to know them, as well as if you have some questions, you'll get a piece of their opinions about things, everything about shows, everything about dogs. Okay, I can imagine why our judge would put that up. That's very typical, very nice outline. Okay, I think she will send them around. Oh, she did not. Okay.
May hapon daw siya, sir.
If you develop your eye for a particular breed, actually standing up, you'll be able to immediately see which one has the best outline. Okay, which fits the picture of the ideal dog for that breed. Okay, so this you will have the winner's dog, the best the champion dog, but here, sorry, these are still beaches. Again, when they're first lined up, the judge should be able to see which would have the most typical outline among the competitors. So When I'm judging, I would normally look at that and I will pay particular attention to that to make sure that it indeed is the best specimen, because it's not just the outline that you're looking for. You're also looking for movement. You're looking for attitude. You're looking for conditioning. Whoops. Not ready for the show ring yet. So the judge is giving the dog a little bit of room to most likely the dog will be sent out. Okay, the judge is being very considerate. With strict judges, sometimes they would already send the dog out. Okay, 5 more minutes. Okay, our show manager just informed me that we have a remaining 5 minutes before we have to wrap up this particular section for today's show. If you have any other questions, please feel free to write them up on our comment section. If you want us to give you a shout out, please do as well. We would be more than glad to give you a shout out. So socialization is very important. That particular dog, that bitch, the first one in this class, which will not even allow itself to be inspected, has already lost the opportunity of getting the top award. Okay. Take a look at this dog. It's in beautiful condition, but take a look at its back. It has a dip. This one is also a bit on the overweight side. You can actually see part of its body jiggling. You know, it's not in a very hard condition.
Please proceed with number 2. On Pomeranian entries, please proceed with number 2.
That's a nice beach. She will be one of the top contenders for this particular class. Now let's take a look at the last one. Also beautiful outline. Not much problem there in terms of attitude to inspection. See the handler reassuring the dog while the judge is inspecting her.
They're asking where the bull mastiffs.
The bull mastiffs, oh, there's a question here. Where are the bull mastiffs? The bull mastiffs will be judged this afternoon. Okay, that belongs to the Pinscher Schnauzer Smoldersoid breed. And the judging schedule for that will be this coming afternoon, after lunch. Okay, so there's only one bull mastiff entry, so you better the schedule for the bull mastiff is just before 2 p.m. So please make sure to start tuning in by about 1:45 or so that you don't miss out. Again, there's only one entry, so if you miss that out, you will not see the bull mastiff. Unless unless you stay on and watch the best in group competition. No, hopefully it will not get disqualified. Okay, shout out to Mr. Jose Salvador. Thank you for watching us. How many more minutes before? Okay, this is my last minute to be with you. I'll be with you later on this afternoon, starting at 2 p.m., right?
2:30 to 3:30.
2:30 to 3:30. Oh, that's a nice beach. Okay. That's a nice beach that the handler is stocking for inspection. If it doesn't have any problems in the inspection, this will be one of the top contenders for the winner's beach. No problem there. Okay, now I have 13, 12, oh, it's a countdown. Okay, watch out for this beach. I'll be away now. I'm going away now, but this one will be a contender for the winner's beach. Surely a beautiful one. Thank you so much. See you later on this afternoon.
happy Sunday to everyone. For those who are watching, thank you so much for watching. This is me again, Carwina Magtulis. Kasama kayo sa entire live stream natin nitong umaga. So, as of the moment, we're having the Pembroke Welsh Corgi sa ring number 1 still under Mrs. Narelle Hammond, our invited judge from Australia. So, right after the Pembroke, let's check on the schedule. We will be having, I think, we will be having the group competition. We have two varieties for the Pembroke. As you can see on the screen right now, that's the we have two varieties for the Welsh Corgi. I'm sorry, by the we have two varieties for today sa ating Welsh Corgi. We have the Pembroke, which has 27 entries. And we also have the Welsh Corgi Cardigan, which is isa lang yung entry natin. Right after that, we will be proceeding. We will proceed to the best in group competition for the Sheepdogs and Cattle Dogs. We have a total number of 36 entries for this particular group. We have 5 Australian Cattle Dog, which is kanina nakita naman natin sa live stream, as well as we have 1 entry for the Australian Shepherd, as well as 2 German Shepherd Dogs. As mentioned, we have 27 Pembroke Welsh Corgi and 1 entry for the Cardigan Welsh Corgi. Still, we are live here at the PCCI Activity Center in Marikina, in which the show it's open for everyone, for those who would like to come, for those who would like to register their dogs. It's also available here. We do have our registration, as well as our show vets are available. If you would like your dog to be to have it implanted ng microchip, it's also available here. And it's for free if you're going to have it microchipped here. Our live stream for this afternoon will start around 1:30 under the judging of Mr. Chito Elagan. Our first group for for this afternoon is the Pinscher and Schnauzer Molossoid breeds. We have a total number of 62 entries for that particular breed. We have the Dobermans, 19 entries for Doberman, 14 entries for the Boxer, 1 Bulldog, and 1 Bull Mastiff. We also have 1 Cane Corso and 1 Caucasian Shepherd Dog. We have 3 entries for Great Dane, Fawn, and Brindle. We also have 4 entries for the Miniature Pinscher, and and we have 3 varieties for the Miniature Schnauzer, which is the Black and Silver, Black, and then the Salt and Pepper. We have 4 entries for the Black and Silver, 3 entries for the Black, and 3 entries for the Salt and Pepper. And last but not the least, we have Rottweiler for that group. So our next group for this afternoon is the Dachshunds, which has a total number of 13 entries. We have 2 miniature long-haired, 4 miniature smooth, 6 standard smooth, and 1 standard wire-haired Dachshund. Right after the best in group competition for both rings, we will proceed with the best in show competition, which will be covering first the judging of Miss Narelle Hammond. Ang kanyang best in show ay tentatively will start at 4 for this afternoon. And hopefully the show will end at 6:30 in the evening. I just finished my lunch, so medyo nadidigay pa ng bahagya. But happy Sunday to everyone sa mga pumunta dito sa show. I hope you all guys enjoying the show, as well as yung mga wala naman dito. We're here naman online just to be with you. Hopefully, sometimes kasi if you can see it's pixelated kasi yung ating resolution because we're having a slow internet connection here sometimes. But bumabalik naman. And still, we're just new to this one. Kaya medyo kinakapapa natin yung ating live streaming. I would like to make a special shout out to Mr. Jose Salvador Jr. He's watching right now on his Wi-Fi connected TV. Thank you so much for liking the live stream. And ang ating background music ay opera yung ating background music. Baka kasi makapiright tayo if we be using a different background. As you can see, ang ating ring is on standby. It's because I think the judge is sanitizing her hands just to avoid spreading of virus. Kaya sa mga nanonood, mag-ingat tayo lalo na hindi pa din natin napupuksa itong ating COVID-19 virus. And also, it's partly cloudy here right now. Pag pupunta kayo dito, just bring umbrellas na lang just to make sure na hindi kayo mabasa, lalo sa panahon ngayon. Ang hirap magsakit. And also, we are about to publish our quarterly magazine, which we only have two issues for this year due to pandemic. Kasi before we have 4 issues per quarter. So ngayon, kumbaga dalawa na lang yung issue natin. One is the electronic and then the other one is the printed. For those who would like to have their kennel or to make an ads dun sa ating magazine, please don't hesitate to contact me on Facebook. You can search my name on it, Carowina Magtulis. I'll put my Facebook link on the comment section here. If you have any questions or concerns or you wanted to advertise your kennel here sa live stream, we can also do that. Just put my link in there. Feel free to message me if you have any concern, as well as if you have any PCCI concern, message me on that link. And we have a total number of 350 entries for this show. We limit the entries for this due to this pandemic. Kasi kailangan natin hindi dikit-dikit dito. So we only have 350. But if papayagan natin, we can exceed more pa I think. Palitan natin yung music, masyado na tayong There you go, cowboy. Special shout out to Mr. Gilbert Tan. Hello Sir Gilbert. Thank you kasi na-appreciate mo yung ating live stream. He's from Taipei. At sa mga nanonood, don't forget to share this live stream to everyone para maging updated sila sa ating live stream naman, and for us to be motivated na gumawa pa ng mga live stream na ganito. This is just made for you, as sa lahat ng mga members natin na hindi nakakapunta dito sa show. We know na sa panahon ngayon, we must Yes, ma'am. Yeah, somebody just passed by, so she asked me something. So I just told her na we're live streaming. Stay tuned lang. We posted our schedule dun sa Facebook as well as the time. So, para ma-monitor nyo kung anong oras kayo mag-tune in sa ating live stream. Actually, Mr. Fred Salud will be annotating din later. I think meron siyang guest. Miss Marilyn Chan. She's a boxer enthusiast. We feature her yata before, na-feature natin siya sa ating PCCI vlogs as a guest exhibitor doon for an interview. And then also, kasama natin siya mamaya. Nga pala, if you will, we are posting yung, we just new to this, PCCI vlog. Kumbaga yung summary of the entire show, of the entire event. We're just documenting everything and we're posting it here also sa ating YouTube channel. If you can search on the videos posted here. Kaya we advise you and to subscribe and then hit the notification bell para ma-notify kayo, mag-pop up sa inyong mga gadgets if we have latest uploads. As well as we're working on with the vlog kasi I think kinover up namin yung handling seminar before under Mr. Simon Sim. Hopefully we can publish it na in 2 weeks or 3, I think. So medyo madami tayong entries ng Pembroke ngayon. Special shoutout sa mga nanonood sa labas ng Metro Manila as well as sa overseas. My friends from Cebu is watching right now. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat. As well as my mom, she's watching. Thanks, Mom. As you can see, judging right now, that's our judge, Miss Narelle Hammond. She owned the Kennel Perfect's Combinalong, which was established in the year 1979. She's been judging in the different parts of the world, and she's also an author. She has written for the TFH publication. She published so many books like The Australian Cattle Dog, The Australasian Doberman, and then The New Owner's Guide to the Australian Cattle Dog book. And her book was published with more than 50,000 copies worldwide. So that's our judge. She's also an admin ng famous na dog group sa entire world, which is the Canine Constructions and Conformation. I will be putting the link of the live stream of the group dito sa ating comment box for you to join kasi it's really educational. It can help you in so many ways. Me myself just get a lot from that group. So click nyo na yung link and then just join kayo dyan sa ating group. It's really educational and informative. As per schedule, malapit na matapos yung ating show for this morning. As per schedule, we supposed to finish 12:43, but we are a bit behind for some circumstances kasi we cannot assess naman. We cannot tell if gaano ka yung time frame dun sa ating show. We're just putting the tentative time doon sa ating schedule. sometimes kasi nagkakaproblema is like the microchip. Each of the dog na pumapasok dyan sa show is may na microchip. So, strictly no microchip, no entry talaga. So, sometimes yun yung mga circumstances kung bakit na-delay yung ating show. Kasi the stewards must check everything if it's qualified, and as well as sometimes yung ibang aso naman we cannot tame them. Yung iba kasi big dogs, so some of the stewards were new, so ayun, we just sometimes nakikinig lang sila sa handler, so minsan naaalinlangan din yung stewards natin, but it's their duty to coordinate it with the handlers as well as the owners. I'd like to make a special shout out to Dr. Mitzi. She's watching right now. Hi, Doc. You're watching sa iyong napakalaging TV, Doc. I hope to see you here later. I'm not sure if you're coming, but it's good to see you. I saw you yesterday. I think this is the last. Oh, somebody sent me a message. Hold on. Doctora is asking the link. Doc, I can if you can if hindi siya na-review yung link dyan sa TV, I can send you the link na lang. I'll send you PM with the group dun sa ano. And then also sa mga hindi nakaka-click ng link ha, just send me a DM na lang sa Facebook for me to send the link na lang sa inyo, direct message. If we compare yung number of entries yesterday and then ngayon, it's just the same. Yun nga lang yung kaibahan ngayon is we have best in show, which is the entire group for each breed will compete for that. Like for example, yung ngayon, what you can see on the screen is the cattle dog na group. Sorry, medyo malakas yata yung ating background music. As mentioned, that's the sheepdogs and cattle dogs na group. So whoever na yung mananalo dyan will be awarded as the best in group for the sheepdogs and cattle dogs. As well as dun sa ibang group naman, they have their own group. So kumbaga lahat ng mga winners ng lahat ng mga best in group winners will compete later on for the best in show competition. So I think it's a small dog. I think nasa na tayo, puppy. I'm not sure puppy female or it's baby puppy. Thank you for watching our live stream, Mr. Derek Manalo, Mr. Carl Justine. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you, Sir Gilbert Tan. Huwag nyo kalimutan i-share yung ating live stream as well as mag-subscribe sa ating channel. It's one of the factors also. It's one of the factors na I think nag-aano yung judge, nagbigay siya ng instructions dun sa stewards how they're going to organize the entrance of the dog. So it's one of the factors sometimes nag-aano din tayo sa we're going to consider yung mga standards na gusto ng judge. Here in the Philippines, mostly the judge were yung judge yung nagbubukas ng mouth ng dog. But as I've noticed sa ibang bansa, the owners itself are opening the mouth of the dog. But still, it depends naman eh. If the judge naman would request, the handlers will do it naman. So, speaking of handlers, the Siberian Husky Club will be conducting ng kanilang owner handling seminars. It's for the owners who would like to handle their own dogs. That's the Cardigan Corgi, by the way, if you can see on the ring. Nag-iisang entry lang siya. So, it's it's a different variety of the Corgi. I think ngayon ko lang nakita na may nag-enter na Cardigan Corgi dito sa ating show. I'm just not sure lang mga nakaraan if meron. There were different factors na kinukonsider ng judge when judging a dog. I'm not the licensed judge aside palagi kong kasama si Sir Fred, which is an old breed judge. The gait, the movement, the teeth, yeah, the coat, and how the handler present the dog towards them. So it's also it's a big factor how the handlers present the dog sa judge, kasi yung connection between the dog and then the handler, kasi yun yung magdadala dyan. So if they weren't good enough, the handler cannot present it properly. So kumbaga dapat i-package niya yung kagandahan ng aso sa judge, kasi pagandahan yan. So ayun, this is the best in group. Best in group for ring number 1. That's the lineup. The first one is the Australian Cattle Dog, Australian Shepherd, and then followed by the German Shepherd Dog, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and then the Cardigan. So the judge will pick only 4. 4 lang ipipiliin ng judge for the best in group. Whoever wins, whoever entitled as the best in group will compete yun na yun sa best in show later. Tignan nyo naman, ang ganda ng ating lineup ngayon. By the way, the cattle dog, yan yung breed ng ating judge. That's the dog na she's written a lot of books with that particular breed. That's the Australian Cattle Dog. Next is the Australian Shepherd. Next is the German Shepherd Dog. Followed by the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. And then the Cardigan Welsh Corgi. For those who would like to check the schedule of the PCCI shows, it's posted on the PCCI website. If you can check, it's posted para ma-check nyo behind kung anong mga shows yung inyong aantabayanan. As well as if you have questions or if you have clarifications towards the show, feel free to contact the club, the PCCI, anytime. I'm sorry, not anytime. It's Mondays to Fridays. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There you go. The best group is the Australian cattle dog. Actually, the head of that dog is really maganda. Ayun, since it's local born, it's locally bred. The dog was also awarded ng best Philippine born. The next one would be the best junior in group. It's also my cattle dog then, and then the Pembroke. What do we call that? They're doing the free stack. Yeah, it's awarded to the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. The next will be the best baby puppy. Yeah, that's the baby puppy. So, in-award nila yung baby puppy. So, I think that's all for the cattle dog ng ating Ring 1. Let's transfer the camera dun sa Ring 2 para matapos na din yung, malapit na din kasi matapos yung sa kanila. We're just covered up before we wrap up para sa ating next vlog. Next live stream. That's the C word, by the way, Ring number 2. That's Jeffrey and Russell. They're discussing something. And that's the gorgeous Jenny V. They're having the Siberian Huskies right now doon sa Ring number 2. That's our judge, Mr. Chito Ilagan. We will cover his judging later this afternoon. So, they were a bit behind. So, kaya I think pero after niyan, best in group na din eh. Just so happen lang ang dami talaga entries ng Siberians ngayon. And they're having their national specialty, I think next week. Our judge, by the way, that's our corporate treasurer ng PCCI, Mr. Chito Ilagan. She's an eminent member of the K9 world for many years. He's a life member of the PCCI. She is the past vice president of the PCCI and one of the founders of the Boxer Club of the Philippines Incorporated. He has great love for dogs, in particular, obviously boxers. His friendship with Boxer is to be a lifelong one, avidly devouring every dog book that he owns and endeavoring to learn as much as he could about boxers. He owns and shows remarkable champions and grand champion boxers and has become involved in the welfare and image of his great breed. He is indeed recognized locally as a bred authority on boxers and is highly respected for his knowledge about this breed. On the professional side, he is a record producer, musician by profession. He has produced the albums of Basil Valdez, Martin Rivera, Regine Velasquez, Side A, and most recently signed up the award-winning rock band Bamboo for the EMI Philippines. That's our judge, Mr. Chito Ilagan. just awarded the kakatapos na ng kanilang group. I think that niyata yan female yata which is let me ask ko ano ng class ito.
Use this to press me.
I just spoke to Miss Yumi Kitamura kakatapos lang. She just gave me a book about grooming. Just a teaser, we will be having our fan match maybe dun sa ating Pampanga show, but the details is to be posted sa ating PCCI Facebook page.
Entry number 152, Alaskan Malamute. Please proceed to the number 2.
Meron pa silang Alaskan Malamute. How many entries do we have for the Alaskan Malamute? We have one entry, and then right after that, group competition is Spitz and primitive types. Rinky. Ma'am, At yun na nga, mag-best in group na tayo sa ating last group nitong umaga. Medyo radyoan ko yung ating cameraman to fix it. We're just improvising here kaya minsan nagkakaroon tayo ng technical concern, but ayun. That's the Alaskan Malamute. Next will be the American Akita. We have two types of Akita. We have the Japanese and then the American. This one is the American Akita. Next is the Chow Chow. Hi everyone. Unfortunately, yung ating
Sorry.
once again, unfortunately, yung ating live stream is dito na lang mag-i-end for this morning. Okay na daw, nag-okay na daw yung connection. We will I think best in group na yan doon eh. Okay, let's get back dun sa ating live. Ayun. Yung ating cameraman ay medyo makulit ngayon. At pabalik na tayo sa ating ayun. na-award na, kaka-award lang ng ating ayan, mag-a-award pa lang ng fourth best in group. Goes to the Pomeranian. Third best in group, Malamute. The second is the Samoyed. We have the Siberian Husky pala kanina as the best in group, ha? As well as local born din yata yung Siberian Husky. This is the junior in group na. We have the Siberian, the Samoyed, as well as the it's local born. Siberian, yung local born. This is the best junior in group. We have the Samoyed, Shiba Inu. We have the Samoyed. The Siberian Husky. I think we have Pomeranian dito eh. Yan, the Pomeranian. Best junior in group goes to the Pomeranian. Next up would be the best puppy in group. The best puppy in group, we have the Samoyed and the Chow Chow. We have the Pomeranian, and it was awarded best puppy in group. And the last but not the least, the veteran in show, which is we only have one entry. And since mahina yung ating connection, we na-award na nga yung ating best veteran in group. And maraming salamat sa sama sa amin nitong umaga. Maraming salamat. And then we will be seeing you again mamayang hapon. We will start yung ating live stream 1:30 this afternoon. Please subscribe sa ating channel, hit the notification bell para maging updated kayo if meron tayong bagong live stream. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng nanood, and I hope you all nag-enjoy kayo sa live stream natin. See you all again mamayang hapon. Bye!